The women's marches across the world in January of 2017 seemed like the beginning of the rise of a new movement. But our team of diverse students from Buffalo learned that the movement stood on the shoulders of something that happened in 1848.
We were living in extraordinarily dark times when discrimination and slavery were accepted. Not merely accepted, but privileged as appropriate, justifiable. The only way we were able to keep going, to keep moving, was because we had the ability to stand with each other, shoulder to shoulder, to laugh with each other, to express our frustration and our sorrows together. That it wasn't one or two heroic figures. It was a community of people who would not give up on each other. And when we faced ridicule and persecution, it was our community that held us up.
Keep standing up for women's equal rights. It doesn't matter how young you are or how very old. You can do it, and we almost did it in this last election.
We began to take a stand for women's rights while following the presidential election and the issues facing women today, but soon learned about the rich history of the original movement and how it has given rise to what has followed. The staggering changes for women that have come about over many generations in family life, in religion, in government, in employment, and even in education. These changes did not just happen spontaneously. Women made these changes happen. Women have not been passive recipients of the change in laws, but generations of women have come together and effect these changes in the most democratic ways. Through meetings, petition drives, lobbying, public speaking, and even nonviolent resistance. They have worked very deliberately to create a better world. At the Women's Rights National Historic Park in Seneca Falls, New York, we learned that the 1848 Women's Rights Convention was the platform that eventually led to the 1920s 19th Amendment that granted women the right to vote. Elizabeth Cady Stanton led the women's movement, read to us the Declaration of Sentiments, which she authored and which was based off the Declaration of Independence. 200 women attended the 1848 convention to discuss the social, civil, and religious conditions and rights of the women. 68 women and 32 men signed a declaration that marked the start of the women's rights movement in the United States.
When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one portion of the family of man to assume among the people of the earth a position different from that which they have hitherto occupied, but one to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes that impel them to such a course.
This unwavering declaration inspired Nadia Sharam with her work on behalf of Muslim women. Ms. Sharam, an attorney that resides in Buffalo, wrote the Declaration of Equalities for Muslim women. The Declaration aspires to address laws and cultural practices which are unjust and discriminatory to women in Islamic countries. Sharam's goal is to raise 1 million signatures and present the declaration to the United Nations. Once presented, the goal is to encourage the UN to assist in gender equalization in Muslim countries in the courts.
Well, we have some connections, I guess. There is a lot of commonality between us, not just the way perhaps we dress at home, also the way we have taught many battles in the past and presently. I have to say that I am just a little bit intimidated to be here and sitting next to you. You are one of my ideals, and you are definitely the motivations behind me being here in Seneca Falls.
You were my motivation for starting the work in the first place.
I'm Nadia Shahram. I am a practicing attorney from Buffalo, New York, and today is a great day for us. We are here with Declaration of Equalities for Muslim Women. It's a historical event, and we are here standing in front of Elizabeth Cady Stanton's house in Seneca Falls, and we are happy that we have supports from many of our sisters from this area and also from area around Seneca Falls. For making it possible for women today to gather here in front of your museum-like house. We insist that women do not require permission to travel. We insist that women gain greater access to education. We insist that restrictions on women's employment be removed. We insist upon gender-neutral inheritance rights. We insist that women gain equal rights to citizenship and nationality.
We feel empowered by the work of these two great people that have championed women's rights in our world. And we are hopeful that the world we are inheriting will gain strength from those that came before us and continue to take a stand for the rights of women.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed.